What did Rusty Bowers tell the Associated Press this week? He said that if Donald Trump is the nominee and if he's up against Joe Biden, I'd vote for him again. Simply because what he did for the first time before COVID was so good for the country. In my view, it was great. So my response in talking about Rusty Bowers was to say he's not alone. I mean, when you think about Kevin McCarthy, when you think about Mitch McConnell, when you think about Susan Collins, there are a whole slew of Republicans who've been very condemning of Trump at different times for the role that he played on January 6th. But in those examples that I just gave, Collins, McConnell, of Kevin McCarthy, each of them, when pressed, said, well, if Trump's the nominee in 2024, I'm going to support the nominee. How can you have it both ways? How can you be condemning of Trump for what he did on January 6th and still say I'd vote for him again? Well, my take is as follows. My take is because it's indicative of the polarization in the country. And in those instances where people say, even though I'm condemning of Trump for January 6th, and I'm not talking about people who are dismissive of January 6th. I'm talking about people who I think rightfully blame Trump for all that went on January 6th, but would still vote for him. In my view, they are elevating policy and politics above the foundation of government. Donald Trump making 3 conservative selections for the Supreme Court of the United States. Today's a huge day for the Supreme Court. Tomorrow's a big day. Next week is a big day. And so people say, yeah, I know if I could only have Trump without all the bombast, that would be my ideal, but I'd go along with Trump, especially if he's running against Biden. I say there's a name for that. And the name for that is DeSantis. I mean, isn't this what Ron DeSantis is banking on? That people are going to say, I'd like to have the Trump policies, but a little less Trumpish. Now, the question is, the trade-off politically is, can DeSantis draw 15,000 people in a cornfield in, Timbuktu, USA? The way that Trump can engender that passion, can DeSantis? We don't know the answer to that question yet because he really hasn't been battle tested on a national level.